Welcome back to Max Speed Podcast, and today we've got our first guest with a return to the podcast with my dad, and we'll start with obviously China because we've just had that this weekend with a 19-year-old Kimi Antonelli with his first ever Grand Prix win.
Which I think I predicted, but you're telling me
I
I didn't on the last podcast.
actually don't know.
Yeah, we need to run through it, but yeah, I believe I went for Kimi over
George. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't actually remember because I feel like I don't know if you put Kimi at Australia though, because I feel like you did Kimi and George P1 and P3, and then Lewis bang in the middle of them. And then you predicted Lewis to win in China.
I might have done Lewis, yeah, and I might have done it the other way around. But I had Lando as well up there, which obviously didn't happen.
Yeah, neither Oscar either.
Oscar.
Honestly, I've seen so many memes about the amount of laps the safety car's done compared to Oscar.
Yeah.
Because the safety car, I mean, in a Grand Prix, because he obviously did the sprint, he did all 19 laps in the sprint, but in an actual Grand Prix, Oscar hasn't even done a formation lap yet.
I think the McLarens are really going to struggle to catch up Mercedes and Ferrari now. I can't even see him winning a race unless it's, there's something
like a safety car or
happens.
something, maybe.
Yeah,
or
something.
Maybe just the car might get better. Zach Brown's really confident about the car. I've seen him speak about it.
I don't know.
He said he's really confident that they're going to be back to winning races. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
I think they're going to end up third in the
Constructors.
Because
Red Bull won't be near.
Red Bull, I think Max will still be there in fifth. Not fifth, sorry, in fourth. He'll end up being seventh.
In the because he'll be behind the two McLarens, two Ferraris, two Mercedes.
Yeah, fourth constructors.
To be fair, though, you don't know because with Max having, obviously he struggles in Australia, getting P20 in quali, then only getting P6 in the race, and then DNFing in
That's
China.
what I think's
he
gonna
might not
happen,
even
though.
finish P7.
Yeah.
He could get like a Bearman finishing P8,
Yeah, he could
above
do.
him, because he's
I
performing.
think Max...
He'll still get out of
unless he decides he's had enough. If he has any more DNFs, he might decide, I'm not racing.
I think there's a chance he could leave at the end of the year and just take a few, even if he takes a few years away from F1, do a bit of other racing,
especially if Hadjar starts beating him.
Yeah.
But I can't really see it. But you never know if they're getting a few DNFs with that Ford engine. He only needs Max to get a few more than Hadjar, and he'll be above. Look
exactly.
What happened to Lewis in the past. I know he made a few mistakes, which he handed a few titles away, but he had a few DNFs against Rosberg, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, there was one in Barcelona where they touched. I mean, that was more their fault than a Mercedes fault. But
yeah, because you don't get that a lot. You don't. I mean, we've only had last season where Mercedes were at the front, and obviously McLaren were up the front, but they did touch each other a few times, made silly mistakes. They've got to get rid of doing that because they've no chance if they only have to
they've
make
got
a couple of mistakes.
McLaren have probably got. I know we can't really say this because we've had only one of the drivers have one race this season so far out of the two. So out of the four possible technically races out, because the two drivers, they both have a race each. So they've only had one. And that was Australia, which Lando managed to only get P5 in. And he did well to hold up Max for a while, but Max couldn't get past him.
They did look good in... Lando did look good in qualifying. He
got... What was it?
I think he got to P3 at some point.
That was in sprint quali, yeah. Sprint quali got P3, just had a Lewis.
So they did look like... But then, I don't know, they seemed to give it a little bit more on quali 3. And they just couldn't keep up.
It's so annoying. I just kind of wish that it was kind of like a Lewis and Lando and Charles fighting for the top three, because when I see, like last season, I was really happy, even though Lewis was doing dreadful last season in his car, Lando was still doing unbelievably well, obviously winning the championship. But now when I see like the sprint, even though he got P3 in quali, when I see Lewis just easily go around the outside of him at turn one, it's a bit like, I know it's Lewis going around the outside of him and I do prefer Lewis, but it's a bit heartbreaking when you see one of your favourite drivers go from a world champion to fighting for not even be able to fight for a podium.
They might come good. It's one of them things, isn't it? Both the cars, it just seems a bit weird that both the cars had electrical faults, but different electrical faults.
Yeah.
Which is
all Oscar fans saying.
Yeah, a lot of people saying, well, if Lando can't race, then Oscar's not racing.
I hate that whole analogy that Lando was favoured last year.
Ridiculous,
Lando wasn't favoured last year. People say, well, what about Monza when Lando had a slow pit stop and Oscar let him back through? Well, it's the same happened in Hungary last year.
Yeah.
Lando let Oscar through and won his first
race.
It's
the same with Max. I mean, people say, Max is obviously favoured in Red Bull, but the car works for Max. We all say, yeah, well, it's designed around him, but he likes the way, or he did until this year, like the way the car went, and nobody else likes that way. And obviously, if Max is pulling the points in all the time, they're not going to change the car for anybody else. So it's one of them things, isn't it? You know, one of the McLaren drivers could be struggling more than the other one. It looked like Oscar wasn't pulling the lap times that Lando was pulling when they were qualifying, and even in the practice sessions, it didn't look like Oscar were as fast as Lando. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I see Oscar winning a world championship if he doesn't get a car.
Excuse me.
If he doesn't get a car as good as last season, I don't see Oscar winning a championship because I I think last year was maybe his one and only chance to win it, and he took it for granted. I feel like with his second half of the season that he had,
Yeah.
and it ended up not even getting second.
I don't know. I mean, it's like a lot of people saying you don't know whether it's because their favourite drivers aren't winning and it's changed around with the difference of the cars. Whether they'll change the cars again slightly and it'll change, the way the cars are. At the minute, obviously Mercedes is way out in front, but if they do a slight change to the vehicles next year, or these complaints about the Mercedes being too fast on the compression, or whatever it is on the Mercedes car, if they start, leveling up and finding other things, excuse me, we haven't seen this new wing of Ferrari's run.
No.
Yeah, that could be a game changer. It could be a load of rubbish, but it could be a game
Exactly,
changer.
yeah.
So you just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, with it being a new car and they're getting used to all the changes and the difference of the car. Look at Haas. They've come down. Look at Alpine. Look at Gasly. Where he is.
And Colapinto even getting points.
Yeah. To keep it there, last year, if Colapinto had been in the top 5, it'd have been overtook. It'd have been back out the top 10 within half a dozen laps. And I'm not saying he's a crap driver, but that Alpine...
Because I've always backed Colapinto since he came in, because when Sargent got sacked from Williams and Colapinto came in place with him, Colapinto got more points in 2 races than Sargent did in 29 races. And I went, he's going to be such a good driver, he just needs to be given a car. Like, even Singapore Turn 1 right at the start, I remember last year, 2024, he made an unbelievable dive bomb into turn 1 on about 6 drivers. And I just thought, he has got some bollocks to do that, and like he's a good driver. And then as soon as last year when he got that Alpine, and everybody was going, Colapinto should get sacked, I was just saying to everybody, I was just like, he shouldn't. He's a good driver. Like,
you've got to give him time,
that's like saying Gasly should get sacked from Alpine. Gasly's a good driver.
Yeah.
Just they got a car that's.
But you're going to get it in every team.
Awful.
The car is going to suit one driver more than the other. Obviously Gasly's a lot more experienced than Colapinto. He went to a different team, he's come to Alpine, he's driving a different car, and now it's changed again. So really, he's driven 3 different cars over 3 different seasons, hasn't he? So yeah.
I mean, I was speaking to Kip last week about the Mercedes engine and stuff, and we're saying about, well, all these teams, Williams, McLaren, Mercedes, they all have the same engine, but why aren't they as quick as Mercedes? And it's we think primarily is because Mercedes, obviously, 'cause it's their engine. Yes, they've given it to them, but they haven't told them everything about it.
They're not getting the software.
No, they're not getting everything about it that they need to know to make it as good as Mercedes.
We don't actually know what they get. Do they just get an engine block? What is, what do they actually get in a power unit? What?
I feel like it'd make it more interesting if every team had their own engine.
Yeah, well, I read something yesterday about Audi saying they're struggling, and they're going to struggle because they've no sister team or no other manufacturer.
Yeah.
So they've not got as much data to compare, whereas Ferrari can use the data from Haas. Obviously, Red Bull have got Racing Bull, or whatever we call it now. We don't.
V-carb, yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously Mercedes have got McLaren, and who else has got the Mercedes engine? Williams, yeah.
So does someone else have it? I feel like someone else has a Mercedes engine.
I'm just trying to think who can.
Does Alpine have it? Because who's Alpine's engine?
I'm just trying to think.
Who has? I have a feeling that Alpine have the Mercedes engine.
Possibly, yeah. I think there is four teams that have.
And then Aston Martin have the
Honda.
The Honda that Red Bull had.
Honda, yeah, the vibrating.
Did you see Did you see in China Alonso about 10 times on the straight to take his hand off the wheel and start shaking him like that because he couldn't.
You can't drive like that. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Not at them sort of speed. Jesus.
And Lawrence Stroll was saying like, "Oh yeah, we're getting the car back to good again." I'm like, "No, you're not. You're putting Alonso in a shit position. Like Stroll, he's your son. You bought him a seat in F1. So like, yes, obviously, I think Stroll gets overhated because I think he's actually very good when he gets the right car. I think he can put it in the top 10.
Yeah.
But I think Alonso, he's won 32 races. He's got 2 world championships. He deserves a car like George has got now, even at 44. And he's been given arguably the worst car in F1 history.
Yeah. Well, it's the engine, and it's just a change. Everything's totally different. Like Ferrari have got the Ferrari engine they've always had. They can change it. Mercedes are the same. It must be real. I mean, like Red Bull, it must be really difficult to have a new engine manufacturer. It must make the car so much different, even though the cars have changed this
Yeah.
season. It must make the cars different. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
did you enjoy the race,
Yeah, I
China?
did. A lot of people saying, "Well, it's just backwards and forwards, and it's a game of getting your battery level
Yeah,
right." But there was more overtaking.
exactly. The only thing I don't enjoy about it, and I think it's what a lot of people are saying at the minute, the same with Australia and also China, it's the fact that you shouldn't have to lift. You shouldn't have to lift off your throttle into a corner, or like you shouldn't have to lift off on a straight just to gain energy. I don't like how we're slowing down on straights just to gain energy.
But is
And
that not skill from the driver doing that?
it is. It's different to DRS. I get that because DRS was very car based, not driver based.
Look at
But
Lewis and Charles. Lewis was work tires. He kept his tires better. He was deploying the
yeah,
battery better.
yeah,
You know, I know they kept overtaking each other, but in the
yeah.
end,
I just like I don't know. I enjoy seeing high intense fast racing. I know it's still fast, and I know it's like in a straight line. It's arguably the quickest we've ever been, but through the corners and stuff, or even coming up, or just like coming up to corners, and we're slowing down 20, 30 meters before the braking zone. They're taking the foot off the throttle. And I get it's because you need to save and stuff, and I get it is more driver based and it makes you more skillful. But compared to like Australia's last year pole lap was Lando's 1:15.0. This year was 1:18.5 from George, 3.5 seconds slower. And it doesn't feel when you look at the
yeah.
time, it doesn't feel the same. When you watch it, it probably feels about the same.
The worrying thing about it is, um, if you've got somebody who's getting poles continuously, can stay at the front. I know the Ferraris are a mega at taking off, but if you can get to the front, are you just going to walk away with it every week? The car that's in, after the first lap, if you're in the lead of the race, you're not having to mess around with your battery, your
No.
fancy button,
Like
whatever it
Kimi,
is that
like what
like
Kimi was
Kimi,
doing.
yeah. You wouldn't have said that Kimi. I know George got stuck behind the Ferraris for a while and doing a bit of backwards and forwards, but he never caught up. He never got close to Kimi
No.
when he got free from the Ferraris.
I think the thing that made that race really interesting was the Ferraris, and I know, I think in Japan this weekend they shouldn't do what they did in China. I get it was exciting to watch as a Ferrari fan to see the two drivers, arguably the most two skillful drivers on the grid right now, obviously probably behind Max if he's given the right car. Two most skillful drivers on the grid, Lewis and Charles, probably just going at it for 20-25 laps and wheels banging, really
Yeah.
close battling. It's really exciting to watch. But then when you see they fight each other into one corner and they lose a second out that corner to Kimi just because of that one fight.
You've always got a little bit of that though, didn't you? When
Yeah.
two people were fighting against him.
No, I know, but it's just more the fact that I want to see the Ferrari stand on the top step of the podium more than once this season. I don't want to just see them on the podium every week and not
you
get
don't
not
want
a
to see
win.
him getting third every week.
Yeah, if they're doing that every single week, I don't see them finishing higher than third, one of them, because the Mercedes are too quick to just get away if the Ferraris is going to battle out all race. They've got a big advantage with the race starts, getting ahead easily right at the start. They've done it every single one so far.
But it's keeping the
But
Mercedes behind.
they need to do the Ferraris. They need to do to the Mercedes what they did to each other in
Yes.
China.
We've
Say-
just got to hope that the Mercedes aren't the fastest at qualifying on every lap, because if they're a few
Exactly.
cars back,
But that's why I'm excited for some tracks like Monaco.
well, that is that's going to be a Ferrari track, isn't it?
It is because
If
it's
they
all
get away.
in through the corners. There was a thing that came up during I don't know if it was during quali or the race in China, and it was the Ferraris were six tenths quicker than any car out of the corners. And I get the Mercedes were a lot quicker in the straights, but Monaco, the top speed's probably about 180 mile an hour.
Yeah.
There's no real like advantage for Mercedes there. it's all Ferrari advantage. If all they have to do is put both their drivers a 1-2 in quali and work together to get that win, whoever they want to decide to win, they're probably gonna. If Charles is in front, they won't switch because Charles. It's his home race. It's like asking Lewis to switch in Silverstone. Even though he's won it 9 times, it's his home race. You're not going to
No,
switch.
it's not gonna happen.
Like, even though Charles has, I don't think he's ever won a Silverstone race. He's not. No.
No.
No. So even then, like, look, I know Lewis has won a few Monacos, but he hasn't won a race in Ferrari yet. It's the same way. You wouldn't if
No,
you
you
were
wouldn't.
Charles and it was your home
Yeah,
race, you wouldn't change.
I'm just trying to think what races would be more advantageous to the Ferraris.
Well, it's
Excuse
just
me.
this.
I would have said, and I've been disagreed with this, Azerbaijan. But I know you've got the massive long straight, and
I know what you mean though by the slow corners.
but there's a lot of slow corners. And if Ferrari, say for example, could get in front and pull away on the corners, have they got that?
I don't think there's a corner on the game. When I play it on the game, there's not a corner on the track. I'm trying to think now that is a higher than a Gear 4 corner, which is.
But you've just got that mega long straight, and it's how much they can capture.
If they can get a good exit out the final corner and they can deploy the battery well,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
If they could save the battery, if they don't need as much battery as.
I can see, even though
You're looking at this.
yeah.
I'm looking at the one behind them.
Oh yeah, that's actually probably smarter. I'm gonna say a good track for them. It's so hard because when you look at I look at I mean,
We should take that off and put it on here, so we
yeah, we actually should.
just pop it on this table now. Let's just
This
do you
weekend.
want-
Do you want to get it?
You just grab it and we'll put it on here at least.
Yeah, go on then.
Because we're talking.
We'll get it.
We're talking behind camera. It's a bit better to see.
Yeah. I think Japan this weekend could be a really good one.
Yeah.
We've obviously got the I don't know what the corner's called. The one where Alonso took Schumacher around the outside.
Yeah. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
I'm rubbish at
Yeah,
races.
I know it's got.
But I mean, even looking at Monaco, it doesn't look that windy, does it? But obviously because
No,
it's
but
street circuit.
it's a lot thinner as well than you think. Yeah, I think Zandvoort's a good one. Zandvoort's a really good one for him.
It's going to be one.
Even though we had a double
without-
DNF with the Ferraris last year.
We ain't got that one, so we can't.
I know,
We ain't got that
but
one.
I still think Jeddah though, even though it looks quite windy, there's a lot of fast straights on it, a few high speed corners, and
And then do we get rid of those two as well?
well, yeah, because obviously now we're not even going to predict. I was going to hope that by the end of this episode, usually what we do is we'll predict the one that happens this weekend, but by the time
next weekend, Japan.
yeah, and no, I know, but next weekend
Yeah, Japan's not this weekend.
is it not?
No, I can't tell you.
Oh, it's
This is
April.
last year's. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, definitely.
I wanna
There's no.
I thought it was
Grand Prix
this.
this weekend.
Oh, what? I thought it was this weekend.
There's nothing in April. Sorry, it's slightly further back.
Oh, it's actually not as well.
Yeah, it should be on.
27th to 29th.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I thought it was. Oh, right. Well,
You're gonna have to wait for this podcast to go out for another week now.
no, I'll still put it out this weekend. We can still predict it, but next week's gonna have to be about something
Yeah,
different.
Saudi
because
Arabia would be a good track. 'Cause there's no major long straights that. I mean, look at China. Look at that Mercedes.
Yeah, literally,
Mercedes.
you got straight. You got here. Look, you got Mercedes, Ferrari, Mercedes. I'd still go Mercedes because it's still quite a nice corner for them to come out of. Mercedes, Ferrari, Mercedes, Ferrari, Mercedes, Ferrari. That's it.
That could be a good track for Ferrari.
Yeah, I think I well thought it was this
It
weekend.
could it could bring the McLarens back up.
Yeah.
We don't know what we haven't seen true form of
I
McLarens.
was
have we, in a
hoping that
race?
because what we usually do is we predict. But there's not even any point in us predicting Japan because this week because it's next week.
Yeah.
Now. I didn't realise. But we've got because I wanted to predict Japan, and then I thought it was this weekend. By the time this episode goes out, we're gonna be Japan will be finished. So I was gonna predict Bahrain.
Yeah.
But now they're gone.
Well, whole of April's got nothing in it now. I don't.
No. Yeah, but there's
4
literally
weeks
nothing.
without
Yeah.
anything.
We've got no April race this year because especially as well we got rid of Imola, which was supposed to be in April, and then they've got rid of that, and then
That's a major
yeah,
catch-up place for.
it's proper
Mercedes,
that.
isn't it?
That is.
But things might change. But yeah.
I
Looking
think
forward to Monaco.
if I'm going for 3 races that I think Ferrari could win this year, I'm gonna go for Monaco is definite. Imola's gone.
Oh yeah.
There's no
isn't
Imola.
it?
Yeah, it would be a good shout. It would be a good shout, but it's gone now.
That would be.
I don't know why they.
perfect, wouldn't
It's
it?
so stupid how they got rid of it. It's the better out of the 2 Italy tracks.
So
I don't mind Monza. I used to hate on it a lot. I don't mind it, but it's too straight. It's too. There's not enough.
So what's
There's nothing's replaced. Oh no, because Spain, another Spain one,
Oh yeah, of course there is. Yeah,
Madrid.
yeah, because there still should have been 24 races,
But
shouldn't there?
there's probably only gonna be 20 because now because with the war we've got Bahrain and Jeddah gone, and then we're probably if it's still going on by the end of the year, we're gonna get Qatar and Abu Dhabi gone. So our last race is probably gonna be Vegas.
We could have a Lewis win. He always,
Yeah,
he always,
it's Silverstone, isn't it?
he
Even though
always
with
pulls off a second.
even though poor Carl last year, he still got P4. He was fighting for a podium last year in a poor car. Yeah, if I'm going for my top three races, I think Ferrari could win this year. I'll go Monaco, definitely.
Yeah,
I'll go for Zandvoort because the only straight they've got is the pit straight,
yeah,
which isn't even actually that long when you look at it because you've got the long banking, which the Ferrari could get a good exit out of here and get a good long bank, and into turn one they can get a nice little pull there. And I think Singapore.
it's hard. It's
I agree
hard,
with Spa,
isn't it?
but it's just more like
Yeah, it's hard.
this part. It's just a windy straight all in gear 8, and then so's this up to Eau Rouge.
That's a mega straight, isn't it, Azerbaijan?
Yeah, that's out of turn. That's out of the final corner. But I think also Singapore for Lewis.
Yeah,
He loves
street
he loves
race.
Singapore. He's got his best lap ever in quali was at Singapore. So Vegas, no chance. Absolutely. Look at
No,
that.
I don't think Lewis has won.
Brazil maybe.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe.
saying I don't think Lewis has won. He hasn't won a.
There's only
He's
been a
not
few
been going
Vegas.
that wrong.
No,
So is it only 3
no,
years?
4 years, something. I mean, who actually has won a Vegas Grand? Max won last year.
Did Carlos win, or was that when? Oh no, I'm thinking. The only reason why I've got Carlos in my head is when he went over that drain and it damaged the car. That was at Vegas, wasn't it?
I actually can't recall many
No, I don't
Vegas
know.
winners. I don't remember.
Let's have a look.
It's not one of my favorite races to watch. I
No,
don't
know,
enjoy it.
It's one of them.
It's one of the ones that's
It's
just
all-
kind of like if your car's the quickest, you're gonna win because you got long straights.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Lando had a
like this,
stupid mistake.
Um,
Like Austria, they've got absolutely no chance in Austria. I don't think Ferraris. I think obviously again P3, P4.
Yeah.
But look at the amount of straights you've got. Wait, which one's the pit straight? This is the pit straight here. So you got pit straight, turn one, and it's just that massive straight into another. You got a DRS. Obviously, it's not a DRS anymore, but it was DRS zone into DRS zone. Then like gear 3 corner, gear 5, gear 6, and then through here gear 6 there, and then gear 5, and then pit straight again. You got no corners that are below a gear 3, and you've only got one gear 3 corner. Oh no, you've got turn 2, which is a. Oh yeah, I'm actually talking rubbish. There actually is a good few.
Right, okay, I'm just trying to find it here. Oh, here we go.
Vegas winners have you got? Oh,
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it here. Oh, he's just doing it for last year. I'll try a history, see. No.
I think Canada could be an okay one for Ferrari because I'd get there is like the long straight which goes into the chicane, which is the straight.
Yeah.
But that chicane could stop the Mercedes from getting through because especially if Ferrari's exit's so good out of the corners, out of that chicane, or even because you've got the hairpin.
Yeah.
Which good exit. If they get 6/10 out of the hairpin, I don't think Mercedes have got 6/10 to catch with also what they already are behind. Then they've got the chicane, which Ferrari will have a better exit out of.
Ferrari talking about they've got quite a few updates coming. So I mean, even if they brought them a couple of tenths closer to Mercedes, it could make a difference.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I was really looking forward to Japan now. I was really looking forward to it, and then now I've got to wait another week. Oh, to be fair, it actually kind of helps though because I do have work.
Yeah,
this Sunday,
otherwise you'd have ended up having 5 weeks with no racing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these dates. Obviously, this is last
Yeah,
year.
this is last year's calendar, isn't it?
Let me just.
The one behind's the little. It's only a little one though. The one that Isla got me. It's the little one.
My glasses.
Um,
Let me just check on the.
I'm excited for Madrid. Have you seen the layout? If you look at the layout, it's that. It's like it looks like there's about 3 back-to-back chicanes.
Yeah.
I've seen it on TikTok. Someone do a lap of it, and it looks exciting. And also, guys, by the way, we are gonna we spoke about this last week, not on the episode, but before it. We're gonna update the background a little bit because it seems very favoured to one person. It looks very biased. Obviously, we are Lewis fans,
We'll have
yes.
to dig out some old merchandise.
I mean, we've got so much. We just like I don't know what to put up. I think I want to put like 2 shelves, like a shelf here, shelf over there, with like some Lego maybe. Like I've got a Lando cap. We've got an old McLaren cap from years ago. We've got
Ferrari
Honda
cap.
I've got that one. I've got a Lando cap from 2024. I've got we've got so much. We just need to figure out what to put on. It just looks very biased, but I just thought like these were already in here because you put all your like posters
Yeah.
from stuff in it. I have like
I need to dig through and have a look to see what else we've
I had
got.
the big Vettel one in my room as well now because it was actually on this wall and we took this down to do this wall. But yeah, there will be updates very soon to this wall. It looks very biased, I know, but we are Lewis fans. We have been for however many years. I mean, since he started in F1 and since I was born, been a Lewis fan. But we want to widespread it a bit more, just because we don't want to seem too biased towards Lewis against Max because we're not even against Max. It's just
No.
I like all I think a real F1 fan is you like a team, you support a team, okay? You can like other teams and you can like want a few drivers to win. But I think if you hate a driver, you're a bit stupid. Unless they've done something so stupid like I think like I don't hate any driver on the grid. Sometimes when Max puts his helmet on, I dislike him during a race because he moans and always blames it on the car and not on himself.
Yeah, just
Like last year, there's
he's
a
had a
few
few
times.
sneaky moves in the past.
Yeah, like
But he didn't
last
seem to last season. He was very clean every
other
single
than
race.
Barcelona.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. Like I mean, yeah, he seemed a lot calmer last year, but also I'd go with like the fact that what was I gonna say? With Lewis, he's always been clean. You
Not everybody would agree with you.
no, but
I'm not saying. With the Silverstone with the big crash with Max.
yeah, but he had every right to go down the inside.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. I'm not blaming.
He had
I'm not
every right.
blaming Lewis, but
Yeah.
he went OTT with it. He's had a couple of little things. He had one with. I'm just trying to think. Alex Albon. Oh, he had two knocks with Alex Albon when he was in the Red Bull, didn't he?
Mm.
But yeah, most of the time Lewis he's very, very clean racer. Doesn't make mistakes. That's why there was a big thing with him last season in the Ferrari.
Yeah, there's a thing, but the
spinning
thing is
off.
with Lewis and Max. I mean, the reason why I see him so much differently is because when Max has a problem, he blames it on the car, not on himself. And I get sometimes it can be the car, but when he has an incident like last year in Barcelona, he was like, "Oh, it's all Georgie's fault. Oh, the car snapped. Leclerc touched me on the straight." None of those were true. It was his fault every single one of those incidents. Lewis last year, yes, he had times where he called the car awful, but it was horrendous. And I'm not saying Max has every right. Max doesn't have a right to blame it on the car, and Lewis does. They both have a right to blame it on the car if it actually is the car. Lewis last year multiple times said like, "Oh, I'm useless. They might as well get another driver." He said that numerous times, and now look at him. He said he's back to his best mentally and physically.
In an ideal world, what we should have really is all the races done in 20 degrees sunshine, no rain, and then line all the cars up, and then we start. So this week you're driving that. This week you're driving that, and everybody
has to do
in different.
Everybody
different
has to do
cars,
the car.
See, yeah.
Because I just don't. And the thing I don't like sometimes about Max is I like how he is confident and not arrogant, but he's confident. But sometimes he can take it too arrogant when he kind of speaks about like how he could win a race in a Haas.
Yeah, the trouble is he's top of his game, so he's going to get all the airplay in from the car. Well, probably not so much this season because he's not going to be at the front as much. We wouldn't have thought. And obviously, if he's crashing or he's DNFing, there's going to be more radio. If you watch an F1 race, unless you go on a specific driver, you don't get a lot of talking from the back people at the back. You don't. I mean, I don't even think I've seen anything come up for Cadillac. No. It's always the people at the front. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't
I mean,
to show it.
Yeah, I feel like they should show a bit more of Cadillac though because they're a brand new team. It's not like it's Audi and like they've just gone from Sauber to Audi and they've got pretty much the whole team the same.
Everybody should get the fair share of
Yeah,
radio messages. I know they are there, but
I get that. I get that. Like people at the front, they're gonna get more airtime, as in like especially if they're battling. Kimi didn't get shown a lot throughout the race because he was so far ahead, just doing his own business.
They tend to do that.
All he's doing is driving the car around the track. Like he's doing everything right, apart from felt like he was driving with the blindfold on on the second to last lap.
They tend to focus on obviously when there's more cars together. If somebody's gone off like that, but you get a lot of battles at the back, but you don't tend to get a lot of it. They're focusing on the major group, the main group. So, obviously if it's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all fighting for position, they'll show everybody. But once somebody's gone off ahead, they'll drop back to the next where there's a few cars involved.
Yeah,
Obviously.
exactly.
But that's just down to race directors and the I wouldn't say the cameraman, it's not the fucking
Yeah,
cameraman, is it?
I know who you mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't know what it is about Ferrari last year compared to this year, but it seems I said this. I think I said this last week or the week before. It just seems that the Ferrari and the McLaren have completely swapped, because I know, obviously Ferrari aren't the front runners, but I would compare it to Mercedes and McLaren have switched, but Mercedes weren't having as many problems at the start of the season as McLaren are right now.
Yeah.
Ferrari were like one of the looked like one of the slowest at the start of the season last year. I know obviously Lewis won the
The
Chinese
race,
sprint
yeah.
race and he got P3 and then they got disqualified. But I I think that with the problems that Ferrari had last year compared to the problems that McLaren are having this year, it's very similar to the now. It feels like it's just switched from McLaren are having those problems and Ferrari aren't, and
I think
they're fine.
Ferrari have struggled for years. They just
I mean,
just, they snatch the odd
I think it's more the
few
team.
races.
I think it's
Yeah,
more
they
the
do.
team.
They did used to make a lot of
Because
mistakes, didn't they?
because Leclerc could have won the championship in 2022. He was flying. Put it on. He won from pole on the first race in Bahrain. He won a few races that year, and it was just Ferrari kept on making mistakes
Yeah,
that were costing him wins,
yeah. That's
costing him
one
the
big.
championship.
That's one thing about Red Bull. You don't see them make a lot of mistakes, do you?
No,
They
very
call
good
the pit
strategy
stop,
team.
you know, they box at the right time. They seem to get that. They've got good strategies. I think. I'm not being sexist, but I think the main Red Bull strategist is a woman. I can't think of her name. She's always on the pit lane. I can't think of her name. But she seems to call it well.
Yeah, I mean, when you see a lot of teams, like you see like obviously Ferrari quite regularly make mistakes with strategy. You see McLaren a few times last year make mistakes with strategy. You've seen Mercedes do it. I very rarely see Red Bull make a mistake with their strategy.
Yeah, I think a lot of it could be lost in translation. Look how Lewis struggled last year with his race engineer.
I know
You
he
know,
got him sacked.
with Red Bull, there are a lot. The pit wall are all English speaking, and obviously English people are lazy. We don't tend, not everybody, but we don't tend to learn other languages as much as like
Foreign people learn
foreign
English.
people. Yeah, learn English.
'Cause even when, like-
and they understand it better.
When you see like footballers do like foreign footballers do interviews, you see them all talking in English.
Yeah.
Like you very rarely see an English footballer talking if they're playing for a Spanish club.
That could be because you're watching it on English TV though.
Yeah, that's actually true.
But yeah,
But
I know
a
what
lot
you're
of footballers
saying.
still like speak fluent English when you
Well,
don't expect them to.
They have to do, don't they? Because the referees and the linesmen must all
I was
speak
awful.
English
I was
to
awful
them.
at Spanish. If I became a footballer and I went to play in Spain, I'd be awful. I wouldn't be able to learn it.
You just have to know what penalty is and foul and red card and yellow
Yeah.
card
I
is.
think you'd learn the basics, but I was awful at Spanish in high school.
I'm not very good at languages, but yeah, there's all sorts of factors, isn't there? It's a strange one. I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's an early call at the moment because of the new cars. We've only had 3 races, haven't we? Two main races in the sprint. I think once we get down to half a dozen races, obviously these two are gone. But once we get down to sort of when Monaco, we've had a few different tracks and. I'm just trying to.
Wait, so Monaco's going to be after Miami, isn't it? Wait, it's on here. Yeah. Oh no, bloody hell. So it goes Australia, China, Japan, Miami, Montreal, Monaco, Barcelona, Austria, Silverstone, Spa, Hungary, Netherlands. So Madrid's quite late on.
Yeah.
It's after Monza, so it's in September because it's just before Baku. So it'll be like early September or like mid September. Yeah. I didn't expect. I thought it'd be midsummer. I know
So
we've already got
what we
one.
got night races. Obviously, we've got Singapore.
Vegas
got
because
Vegas.
that's the only thing it was made for.
Yeah.
You've got
Because
night
obviously we're
races.
running at different
Abu
temperatures,
Dhabi,
isn't it?
but if it goes ahead,
Yeah.
so you've got the last 3 are all night races.
Yeah. The
You've
last
got,
2 might not happen.
You've got. I think they should do Monaco at night. Honestly, when I do it on the game, I never. Oh, Jeddah's a night race, but we've not got that.
Yeah.
And also Bahrain. but not doing that.
So we've lost a lot of them.
We're going to lose 4 out of 5
Yeah.
of our night races. So, I mean, I think Monaco would be so much better at night. When I do it on the game, I always set it on midnight because it looks so much cooler. As well, when you come out of the tunnel, the sun's blinding at you.
It's hard enough to drive as it is. It'd be a bloody nightmare to drive.
No, but when you come out of the tunnel though, the sun's literally bright in your eyes.
Yeah,
it literally
yeah,
shines
there
on
is
you. You
that,
can't see
yeah.
anything. I mean, I think we should do a little prediction of Japan, even though, and we can always change it
Okay.
because, next week. If anything changes with the cars that we see, like the Ferrari can't get their entire car over to Japan. I wondered why Lando was in London this morning. I saw on his Instagram he was in London. Right, so
Okay, so
we'll do quali and the race.
Okay, so quali, I'm gonna go. I still think the Mercedes are going to be out there quali, but I think I'll give this one to George. I think quali's going to be 1-2 again. George and Kimi, because I think Kimi will be a little bit more relaxed, but I think George just might pip it, and then it's just going to be one of the Ferraris. Which one?
I feel like we're going to be so repetitive with our quali predictions and race predictions
this is why we
this
need
season.
a few races really to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the same podium, but another way around. I'm gonna go Lewis gets pole. Okay. I know I said that for China, but I'm gonna say Lewis gets pole. I just feel like the track suits him, especially with these regulations. I feel like it just suits Lewis.
Yeah.
And then I'll go Kimi, then George. Yeah, I mean we didn't really actually before we come to the race results, what we think the race is going to be like. We never touched really on Kimi winning his. I said at the start about him winning his first Grand Prix.
Yeah,
but
really good.
I mean, I think it's a great thing for him. I know that the Ferraris holding up George and also them fighting did help him get away. But
I think the key to it was his good start because he's not had a lot of good starts. No, he got away in the start.
His Australian Grand Prix start last week was not great, and then also his sprint not a good start either. Like lost about 7 places, got a 10-second time penalty on Lindblad. In that sprint as well. And did you see that Behrman said that he nearly killed Hadja with that instant where he spun and then he nearly hit him?
That spoiled his race. He could have been even higher up.
I know. Really. I think he finished 5th.
Although saying that, it was quite a distance in time.
Yeah, it was. But I hope that we can see Ferrari standing on a few top steps this season. And I hope Japan could be one of them. We can get one early doors.
I think there's a good 4 or 5 races there where Ferrari could be on top.
We just need to hope that some teams or some races also, Mercedes might not just be as dominant, and then also some other teams could win. Maybe like a McLaren pull out a few wins and makes it more interesting then.
Yeah.
Balance it out a little bit more.
I still think we could have a Max. Do you not think if they get the reliability and the Red Bull are always good at coming back, you've got to give him.
Did he win it last year?
Yeah.
No, Oscar won it, did he not?
Did Oscar win it?
And then Lando won it the year before. Max has won it 3 times. He won it the first 3 years that it came back. I don't know. Oh no, yeah, because Lando got his DNF. Did Oscar win it?
Remember.
Where did Max come then? Because Lando's engine failed. I feel like Oscar won it.
You just got a better memory than me.
I don't know. No, but I might be wrong.
But obviously it's his home race, and he always.
Yeah, I mean everyone's home race are always going to perform it better. I think I know we're saying Ollie might perform better, but for Checo, points is better than what he's doing right now, and I think Mexico could fight for some points maybe for Cadillac just because it's his home race. Like we said,
I don't think they're going to be anywhere. I don't think they're going to get a top 10 qualifying. I don't think, and I don't think Audi will. They're close,
but you see with the amount of DNFs there's been, they could.
Yeah,
there's about 7 or 8 DNFs.
So.
If they just finish a few ahead from some other people, but I mean you've got races like obviously Leclerc going to probably dominate Monaco, his home race. Silverstone, we've got 5 British drivers. We're going to have a Lewis and George probably P1, P2 in there fighting properly.
I think with Monaco, if the Ferraris can get
pole,
one of the Ferraris, if they can get 1-2, I don't think anybody's going to pass them.
No chance. But yeah, Silverstone, I think it'll either be Lewis or George. I do hope it's Lewis. But
yeah, that'll be 10 wins then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
He's had 9, hasn't he?
Oh, I know who could win a home race. Lance Stroll.
Yeah,
win a home race.
Yeah, if they drive backwards or reverse grid.
Yeah. Wait, do we have any? We don't have any American drivers, do we now? There was Sargent, and then now he's gone.
Yeah, we've not got.
I'm trying to think of some other. I mean, Oscar. It's already gone. Oscar's home race.
He didn't. He wanted to go home early for his tea. I'm just trying to think.
Only one Italian track now is Kimi.
Carlos, Alonso. No, it's not going to
You know what me
happen.
and Josh did? We got Josh had this book for predictions 2026, and we had a bingo sheet, and we wrote our own bingo things, and it was about 25 slots or something.
Yeah.
We wrote in loads of different things that we're going to predict is going to happen in 2026, and we put as one of them is a team wins their home race. So like Ferrari win the Italian
Yeah.
Grand Prix, like Mercedes win. Oh, well, German in it, so never mind, ignore that. But
Well, you could go Austria because of
yeah,
Toto Wolff.
yeah. What's a team's like home? Aston Martin,
Aston Martin.
So,
Yeah, all right.
well, we think that Ferrari could win Italy, but it's only Monza, the only
Yeah,
Italian
they could. I mean,
race.
Charles
It's
has
just
won it, hasn't he?
It's just the straights for
Yeah,
Mercedes.
Charles. Well, yeah, like I
There's
say,
about
we don't know we don't know how the cars are going to change through the year. One decent update could change.
yeah.
It's
And,
yeah, it's one of them.
There's like 11 corners. That's it.
Canada's very unpredictable, I think.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of weather at Canada.
Bortoletto's home race. If he could get some points in. I mean, after last year with his, that was like one of the worst crashes I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, I just can't see. I'd have liked Audi to be.
Have they both got some points, haven't they? I think Bortoletto didn't. Hulkenberg didn't start in Australia. I don't think.
No.
Or was it China? He didn't start.
Has
It was
he
one.
not
He didn't start one of the races
No.
because he went into the pits. He was supposed to be starting from the pits and
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
But I think Bortoletto got points in the first race. I think he's on 2 points. I think he finished 9th or something.
And the other team I feel sorry for is Williams because they were
I was
doing
really
really
hoping-
well last season, and like Carlos seems to have got his.
I like both the drivers a lot as well. I really like Albon, really like Carlos, and another person I really like in Williams. I've got like a list of my favourite team principals, and James Vowles is like my second
Yeah.
favourite team principal. I'd probably go Zach Brown number 1, and people hate him, but I actually really like. I think he's got such a good character for a team principal. I
So
think
you're
he's
gonna
just like
Fred will be your fourth one, will he? Ferrari
he will.
after
And
Toto.
yeah, he actually. I just don't see a lot. Even though I support Ferrari, I just don't see a lot of Fred to like be like.
He's
I really.
actually a funny guy.
He
He's
is. He
very
just
serious.
Yeah,
on the,
that's what I
on the
mean. A bit
grid.
serious. Like I like Toto's serious, but he can also be like he's funny. But
Yeah.
I think Zach's the funniest because he's just chill. He's funny.
Zach,
he's always
Zach
excited.
had a lot of TV time last year with McLaren. being
Yeah, I think.
they got a lot.
Yeah, and then I just like James. He's just a nice guy. I really like James. Really like James Vowles. And then I'd go Toto. Then I'd go Fred. But it's not that I don't like Fred. 'Cause I do. He's my fourth. But I just prefer the other three.
You don't get to see a lot of the team principals unless they're outspoken. Look at Gunter used to be, Verhaas used to be, all the time they were talking to him. You don't get. I can't even pronounce his name. The Japanese guy who's.
Oh yeah, no, I
charge
can't.
house.
But
And who's. I've not even seen, and I'm going to be really bad here because I can't pronounce his name. Who's gone to Audi? Who used to be Ferrari team principal, but
oh my god.
I want to say Benotti. It is Benotti, isn't it? With glasses.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Not seen a lot of him on the grid.
No.
He's obviously been there, but yeah, I've not seen a lot of him. Just don't think I read something. It wasn't somebody that wasn't at the race last week. Oh, Adrian Newey.
Was he
In
not?
China for Aston Martin. He wasn't there.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what.
I mean, I read. I mean, I spoke about it with Kipper last week, but I think I spoke to you about it as well before we even recorded the last episode that we did about Checo, because I heard Crofty say on that Friday morning, was it for? No, we just watched Sprint Quali. That Checo wasn't doing Sprint Quali. But I thought he said he wasn't doing the whole weekend because of a fuel problem, and then he ended up doing.
they sorted it out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just trying to think now. I'm trying to plan out the season for just different cars, and I know we've already done quite a lot of that this episode. But I mean, I'm just trying to think like, where could Ferrari come? Where could McLaren come? Where could Haas sneak a podium? Maybe because I can see Haas getting a podium.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go for tracks with the weather, changing the weather.
Yeah.
To get safety cars and things like that, because the Mercedes, the Ferrari, when you look at the first race how far ahead they were of everybody else. Yeah, I think it is going to have to be safety cars or a really bad mistake to take a few cars out, or just really bad weather.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Lewis last year in the Ferrari, he had some absolutely pig of a qualifying. Now he's up there.
Definitely.
Last year Leclerc were just thanks Lewis.
Yeah.
This year it looks like, and I know the car suits him better, but it looks like he's got the edge on Charles. Whether it'll stay like that, I don't know, because they're both exceptional drivers. Charles knows his way around any track.
Yeah, but Lewis, especially more. But
Yeah.
I mean, Lewis said it's probably the most exciting car he's driven in F1 history. He's had 20 cars, so I mean he knows a fair bit about it. But now I'm disappointed about Japan being next weekend. I'm gonna have to come up with a new topic for next week. Might have a new guest, might not. But also in that 4 week gap, I'm gonna hopefully get some different content, not just podcasting, to do maybe some vlogs or something, going places.
Yeah.
I wanna go karting again. Not been karting for years, but I also wanna go to some touring cars this year, obviously with Grandad and
You go and sit downstairs and watch the IndyCar.
yeah.
Watch Mick Schumacher on his second
Yeah,
lap get a
good.
penalty.
Yeah, that's good.
I tell you, who's outstanding on the IndyCar, Marcus Ericsson. He must be in his, I don't know how old he is. He must be in his 40s. He's got to be not far off 15 years since he was in F1, and he's still going strong in the IndyCar. And Grosjean.
Is Magnussen doing something?
I'm not sure.
I know he was doing something when he left, but I think he was really good, Magnussen. I think he deserves a seat in the future if he take it back.
No,
but
I don't think they're coming back though. The young lads are in now, aren't they? They've got some good drivers. There's only the exceptional Lewis. Max is
but then Behrman will go Ferrari, and then
yeah. Well, no, what I'm saying is the guys. I mean, a lot of people like Daniel Ricciardo. He was a brilliant driver, but he just couldn't hack it with some of the other teams. And obviously he's lost his seat. There's not many drivers who last 10, 12 years. Hulkenberg, he's done really well considering he's only ever been on the podium once to actually keep a seat in F1 for so long. I suppose you could say Alonso now because say Lewis is too old and he's lost his. So has Alonso not. But when you're given a crap car, what do you do?
Exactly. I mean, but I hope. I think I say this every single week. I just hope we have a close fight this season.
Yeah, we need a few. We need a few different drivers up there, toing and throwing with points, not just somebody just gone. We don't want George running away with it.
Yeah.
Because if he carries on where bang winning like Max was doing,
I mean, I'm hoping as well this year at Silverstone we're going to get some really good content because I'm hoping to meet a few people. It's not like I can't get into the grid or anything, but
no, you're not a millionaire.
No. But can't even get to the middle part of the track.
No.
Got to stay on the outskirts and can't sit a veil on race day.
Need to tap your uncle Chris up the main man. And,
yeah, I mean, it's Mum's uncle. So my great uncle Chris. He's I mean, what role does he play in marshalling? He's like the head marshal.
There's people above him, but basically what he does, he designates what people get, what the marshals on the pit, what jobs they do, what teams they're with.
I mean, we even got to hold because at Silverstone he brings back the green flag that gets taken to everything. I'll put a picture up on the screen, and we literally got to hold the green flag that goes all around the world. That's like you see at the British Grand Prix, you'll see when you see somebody wave the green flag at the back of the grid when the race is going to start, when the lights turn on. That's my uncle Chris who waves that green flag at Silverstone, and then obviously also Jake, my uncle, just won Marshal of the Year at that award ceremony. Which how many marshals are there? Thousands, and he got number one.
I'm just trying to think who it was. Touring car driver, and I can't remember for the life of me who handed him his trophy, and then he had to hand the trophy to him, and I can't think of his name. My mind's gone blank.
I literally said it the other night as well. Cause
we need to start writing stuff down.
We do.
My brain's me age.
I've stopped bringing my iPad because we were just talking about results and stuff. But I mean, I am. I'm hoping to get a few of them on because I mean, literally perfect guest, perfect people to talk to about it. Because I mean, Jake's literally just won Marshall of the Year. Like, if
Yeah.
you're named Marshall of the Year, there's thousands of them, and you're being named number one. It's a quite a good
Yeah.
achievement to get. Even though you don't get to keep the big trophy,
No,
but
he got a big trophy handed. He said he had it for 10 minutes, and then they gave him a
give it
little
back, and you
trophy.
got to get a little.
Yeah,
You got a
little
little
one.
one.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it'd be really good to get them on at some point. But let me know, guys, what other content you'd like to see because I mean, I do obviously enjoy doing this podcast, but I want to kind of widespread it to doing other stuff. Because I'm still obviously making TikToks one a day at least of updates that happen in F1. But obviously, over the next few weeks, there might not be that many updates because we've got 4 weeks off after next week of racing. So
Yeah, we need to delve into other racing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we'll have a look at some.
We'll go do a little bit of MotoGP and some people.
Yeah, which can.
Piss some people off because they're not into bikes, and then bike racers not into cars, and a bit of both. Where I like
They're
to
both
watch them all.
exciting.
Both,
Yeah,
yeah.
both really exciting.
It's just hard
races.
keeping up with both of them.
It is, yeah. I mean,
It's a shame we're not. I'm just trying to think of that. You say my age is getting to me. The old four before the racing, the ones that they were saying for the environment with the Amazon and the desert, and Lewis had a team, and Nico Rosberg had a team who seemed to win.
yeah,
But yeah, like something to fill in between when there's not an F1 race.
yeah, definitely.
Because a lot of the people in it were. I mean, even Jensen had a team.
Yeah,
Carlos Sainz's dad, he had his own team. And it would have been nice that if that was still going
yeah,
to just
exactly.
fill in and talk about.
We'll find some new ideas. Obviously, we'll still be podcast once every Sunday, but also midweek I'm going to try and record some more things. Try and do some more things. Go out in places. Go karting. Get a little head cam on go karting, and hopefully and maybe throughout the season go to some touring cars. Go to Silverstone. We've got Josh. Josh is going to Spa this year. As you all know, Josh, the first guest that was on the podcast, he's going to take some microphones with him and get some interviews for me for the channel. So he's going to have a really good weekend in Spa.
And when we go to Silverstone, you will be getting see some of the marshals, the way they perform, carry on. You wouldn't think they'd be able to get up the next morning to the amount they drink and the fancy dress and just the events that are going on. And yeah,
you'll be a whole insight for some of you that have never been to Silverstone before. We are very fortunate to get free tickets because of our family being marshals, and we also get fortunately the better campsite with the marshals campsite, and we get
little perks. Like one year we were there. Unfortunately, we missed him. Lewis rolled up on the back of a flatback wagon with all this beer for Marshalls, and they were handing it out. And we've had Lewis's when he was in. I think it must have been Mercedes. It must have been about 2000. I think it was 2018. They actually put Lewis's F1 car in the Marshalls camping zone.
Literally the fastest, like one of the best cars in F1 history. We got to see it in front of us, like the actual one. I mean, when I was a little kid, even though I did like F1, I was just more like jumping over like things as a little kid at Silverstone.
Jumping over things.
Yeah, we even
more interested in sweets and but it's really good.
And we even saw Sebastian one year. Well, we saw Vettel at a petrol station after it was 2018. And he just won the race because he won 2018.
Yeah, that was
and
and it wasn't Top Gear. Clarkson was there, and
what is it called? Oh my god. What's it called?
Grand Tour.
Grand Tour.
They were filming for the Grand Tour.
And he was
Shell petrol station.
We were literally we were just filling up to go home.
Yeah.
And Seb was there. It was James May.
James May. They were all. Yeah.
Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond.
Yeah, all three of them were there. Yeah, filming. You obviously couldn't get near, but
yeah, there was a few people. There was a nice Ferrari there.
Yeah, you do see things. You see famous people knocking about.
We
obviously
it,
they're all with the posh people. They've got loads of money.
Yeah, you can't go near them when they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very fortunate to meet Angry Ginge last year as well with Silverstone, which was really cool.
That's only one. That's one thing that spoils Silverstone: the access to places.
We used to get such good access. We walked past what's the name?
And it's expensive. Excuse me. It's expensive, and they're taking up more and more spaces where you could stand, where you could sit.
Vale can't stand there at
like
race
Lando's
day.
got his own area now,
and
it just takes over. There's even places, bits of grass that you can't.
I mean, we went to Yeah, I mean, we went
Or you
to.
pay an extra £100 so you can sit on a piece of grass
I
in the
know,
middle of the
yeah.
track. It's
And we,
mad.
we even. You know how there was the Lando store, but it was outside the track, so you had to leave and then come back to
Yeah,
get
because it
to
was
it.
too big to get
Yeah,
inside.
it was. We asked somebody when me and Josh were walking around on the Thursday. We were asking, "Oh, do you know where the Lando store is, so we can like go and see?" Because I saw a TikTok where he was there, actually like serving people, and the queue was 6 hours long, and we were just like, "Yeah, I'll save meeting Lando.
Yeah.
I want not spending 6 hours of my life for him not to maybe not even be there, and also the merch being like 60 quid. I'd love to meet him, but I'd rather meet him for free and not wait 6 hours.
Oh, that's there's a new one. They've commissioned Lando Norris waxwork to go in Madame Tussauds.
Wait, what?
Madame Tussauds, they've commissioned a. Well, I don't. They might it might actually be in already. I just saw something because obviously half the stuff you read on internet, Facebook, and all
Yeah.
that lot, you take it with a pinch of salt. But I believe I don't know whether they've done it and it's in, or they've just commissioned it. But there's going to be a Lando Norris waxwork in Madame Tussauds.
Oh yeah. No, because I keep on seeing videos of him getting like his measurements and stuff ready for getting his wax stuff. But he's got his grandstand this year as well, hasn't he? He's got it again.
I presume so.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
so. I think
presume
he
they'll do
has.
it.
Will have already
Again.
sold out, I
If
bet.
it makes money, they'll carry on
Oh,
doing it.
100%. As well, like imagine having a grandstand at your home track named after you. Like it's your grandstand. Because
Yeah,
like Lewis hasn't got his own stand, but he's got his own straight. He's got the Hamilton straight.
yeah.
So that I think, would you rather have a stand or a part of a track called named after you? I think
I just have a seat where it's a good view, mate. I'm not bothered. I don't need all that, and a cap that's less than £65 to buy.
yeah. I mean, I do really like the Ferrari cap though from China. The faded one
Yeah,
to the blue. That's
it's
really
nice.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of nice merch. I like the Audi stuff. I like the Audi. See, I like the Audi car, but you're not keen on the.
Yeah.
But I do. Yeah, I do like.
Yeah. Finally, because I forgot we would need to come back to this. Our Japan race results because we did the quali.
Okay, so we've done quali.
So
Yeah.
I said Lewis would be P1 in quali, then Kimi, then George. I'm gonna keep it at that. Other than George will get Kimi, so I think it'll stay Lewis. It'll go Lewis, George, Kimi in the race.
Right. I think there's going to be a Mercedes on pole.
Mhm.
Whether it, I've said what have I said? George on pole.
George, Kimi, Lewis. You said, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you said one of the Ferraris.
Yes,
So-
one of the Ferraris. But I'm going to go for Lewis for a win, and I think I'm going to go for Leclerc second. I think if one of the Ferraris wins, I think there's going to be another Ferrari behind because I think they'll have to help each other.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
get the win. And then it's going to be a Mercedes. So in third.
George or Kimi.
And I
Yeah.
think George is going to be out for the kill. He's going to want to get Kimi on this race. So I'm going to go for the win, Lewis,
And then
Leclerc second, and George third.
Yeah. So would you have put Charles P4 in quali then behind Lewis? Oh, you said one of the Ferraris though, didn't you?
Yeah,
So
one
like
of the Ferraris. So I
so
still
the
think
two-
it's going to be
double
Mercedes and Ferrari.
and then other way
If
around.
the
in race.
Ferrari get their act together and or have gained on a little bit, and they can get, it's gonna be Mercedes and Ferrari top four. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna get. We'll just see with the McLarens, but I don't think Max is going to get up there.
No.
And I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen a proper race run from the McLarens yet, have we?
No.
Without mistakes, without.
We've seen Lando once
It'll be
and he did
interesting
okay,
to see what
yeah.
the McLarens do. But I still don't think they've got. No, I still think the best of the rest.
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we'll end it there. But please like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. I mean, we'll see you next week, and hopefully, I'll keep you updated on Instagram and TikTok with some updates on maybe some new content ideas. If you guys have any, comment on Max B Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and this channel, obviously. But we'll see you all next week, and yeah, bye bye.
Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel.